What I'd like to have right now is for you, highly emotional, highly sensitive, grown boys and girls of society, to exit my channel as I speak to mature adult men and women on topics you get triggered on and are sensitive to. And with that being said, the title of this video is called Larry Wheels Slapping Deen the Great is a prime example of what you young and older punks deserve. I don't have any notes for this video. I'm just going to go off the cuff. For those who constantly surf their phone all day throughout social media, you've seen what happened to former YouTube boxer Deen the Great. He has recently been in the news lately for the wrong reasons. He has been slapped by professional bodybuilder Larry Wheels, and he has been elbowed by former UFC fighter by the name of Tiki Ghosn. What you're seeing is something that's going to be happening throughout the whole year with these young Gen Z boys, with these millennials. I'm a millennial, but I'm not one of these immature ones. And with these Gen Xers who act like young Gen Zers, the ones that are stuck in a state of arrested development. The disrespect, the immaturity, the provoking is a precursor to you getting severely hurt to the point that you may not ever be able to recover fully, or you may not be able to recover at all because you might end up getting deleted. What you see today is a lot of young Gen Z boys. You know what? I'll just throw it out there in terms of the age range. You have these young punks and older punks. I'll start from age 18 all the way to 55 years old, who are stuck mentally stuck in a state of stupidity, trying to get recognized on social media by acting on stupidity, being ignorant, messing with people purposely in restaurants or in grocery stores or department stores. We know there is a whole range of individuals who have no guidance, who are acting on this stupid, idiotic behavior. The blacks, the whites, the Latinos, the Indians, the ones who are, the Iranians, the Pakistanians, those who are, like Lebanese, all these young punks, they're going around trying to make a name for themselves for the wrong reasons. And they are messing with people who they may not know are very skilled when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, who will really do damage to them. These people are not fucking around. You have people in today's society who will end your life and will not hesitate to do it because you feel as though that you need to prove yourself, rather in a serious way or in a joking way. You're messing with people when they're out and about by themselves, or when they're with their wives or their women or girlfriend, for the younger crowd. What you've seen happen to this Deen the Great has happened to many young, ignorant, dumb, grown black boys. Always trying to show off in front of somebody else's wife, somebody else's woman. I could treat her right though. You know what I'm saying? I bet you can't pipe her down like I can. I know he didn't say that to Larry Wheels, but this is the kind of stupid shit that you hear from them. You have these white boys doing the same thing. You have these Latinos that all trying to do this for attention, and it's going to get them in the grave because they think that what they're doing, of course, is for clout, but they think it's going to give them an uprise of popularity. It's going to give you an uprise of popularity in the wrong way. You see what happened to him. He's been slapped. He's been elbowed. A professional UFC type of elbow to the face. This is pride. And in my personal opinion, I believe this is a humiliation ritual. Now, I don't know what he hasn't done for what he needs to do to get more popular, or something he should have done to get famous in the first place. Maybe he's just now having to act on his rituals that he didn't participate in when he first started on YouTube trying to get famous. And you notice that every time when something's happening to him, Rampage Jackson, if that's his name, is always right there. So, I believe that Rampage is his handler. And what's going on is a humiliation ritual. But what you're seeing is nothing new to what these stupid young Gen Z kids are doing out in public. You see them, like I said, in grocery stores, in restaurants, in department stores, at the casino, trying to act tough, trying to act like they're some type of alpha sigma male, walking around with their chest out. They have never been in a fight before. They have never been in a hand-to-hand combat with somebody who can literally hurt them. And I'm telling you this right now for you young punks, and for you older punks as well, who are stuck in a state of arrested development. This is the year, 2026, of many of these people getting deleted for their own stupidity and ignorance. I've even encountered 2 individuals out and about trying to act tough in front of their girlfriend. I had to tell one off. He got so stuck in his words he couldn't even say anything. I told the bastard, the little young Asian boy, to go on about your way before you get yourself hurt trying to act on this alpha male shit that will not work in your favor. He got so stuck he couldn't say nothing. He just kept repeating the same thing. You don't know me, homie. You don't know me, homie. This type of behavior, you're copying people which you see on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. This is not good on your end. You're gonna find yourself in a box that you may not, not that you may not, that you will not be able to get out of. Because you are trying to prove yourself or act like someone that you admire and idol on these social media apps. And it's going to get you somewhere you don't want to be. You guys don't understand. This is very serious. Some people said this is fake. Him getting slapped like that, man. Stop the cap. Him getting elbowed. No. Like I said, this could very well be a humiliation ritual. He has over 500,000 subscribers. How he blew up so fast? Because he's not that very skilled in boxing. He has some moves that can get him around the ring, that can counter his opponent to win, but he's not that skilled when it comes to actual hand-to-hand combat. He got to understand, what you do in the boxing ring is far different to what people would do to you out in the street. When you're in the street, there's a reason why they call it a street fight. No holds barred. There's no rules in street fighting. Somebody can pick up a brick and knock the shit out of you. Pick up a glass and knock the shit out of you. Pick up some type of object and knock the shit out of you. Pull out a sharp object and do damage to your organs. Or pull out a firearm and just quickly end your life. This is the type of things that are going on today. These young Gen Z punks, they're listening to this music. They get them all hyped up, standing on business, all that stupid shit that they listen to. It's going to have you in somebody's cemetery. if you don't stop. But what I'm saying is going to go in one ear and out the other, because they're not going to listen to what I say. They're not even going to listen to their own parents. I'm trying to tell you right now, this is some very serious shit. You're going to find yourself brutally hurt, embarrassed by what you are trying to act on. You're not tough, no matter what amount of steroids you're taking. That goes for you young and older punks. Somebody's going to come along that is tougher than you. And they always think that since they have a little bit of more muscle, a little bit more height, that they can maneuver their way into beating this person. You don't know if this person is highly skilled. This person, some people don't care about one's height, one's build. They know how to knock you out by what they've been trained to do. Maybe one is in the military. Maybe one has learned from a parent who was in the military, particularly their father. You're going to find yourself in a horrible situation when you're dealing with certain people. Again, this is not a joke. This is real life. You're messing around with certain people, and you have people who are very stoic, people who mind their own business when they're out with their wives or their women. But then you have the other side. I don't particularly call them men. I call them grown boys. You may have a highly emotional, highly sensitive grown boy who you may encounter, and he may get, really into his feelings and get emotional and pull out a firearm and just end your life. We already know what that is. But for you black boys, these are the main ones who are acting on this stupid behavior, and what you see. The white boys are second, the Latino boys are third, and everybody else just follows. You're acting on this stupid behavior because you think it's a game, you think it's funny. Nothing's funny about your life getting ended because you wanted a bunch of clicks and views and subscribers. You're going to find yourself, again, somewhere where you can't wake up because you think that what you're doing is funny. You think it's going to get you famous so you can get you some bad bitches. You can get you some recognition when it comes to these boys that idolize you. These kids have no direction today. None whatsoever. They think it's funny. They think it's a game. And I know I'm being redundant by repeating the same thing, but it's true. Their mindset. They have nobody to tell them anything that's of value, that's of substance. No one is talking to these young boys today. They're all acting on, if I don't get famous, there's no point of living mentality. They want that bag. They want those bitches. They want those cars. They want that house. They want everything handed to them. And it's not going to go well by you thinking that this is the route to go to get famous, by picking on people in the mall, in department stores, trying to walk up on people and play that little game, hey homie, do you know me type of stuff. These people, I'm telling you right now, this is some real life stuff right here. You will get hurt. You think it's a game again. You see these punks on YouTube doing all these reaction videos and you just see the whole. If you look it up, it's just a gauntlet. It's a dozen upon dozen upon dozen of young punks on the internet, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, trying to get famous, trying to say certain things to people when passing by them. And some of these guys are not here to joke with you. Some of these men, these men are not here to joke with you. These men are going to take you out. They're going to take you out. And they're not going to hesitate. They're not going to hesitate. You're going to see how bad and how violent a man can get if you disrespect him. Either if he's by himself, with his wife, or with his woman. You're gonna see. What you see, what you've seen, sorry, what happened to that Deen the Great boy is more to come. With a lot of these YouTubers and these streamers, these TikTok streamers and these Kick streamers, you have it's all a game to them. It's all a game. You see these black nigger boys, these white beta boys, these radical Latino boys, these dirty Indian boys acting on this silliness, and it's not going to benefit you, not one single bit. You think it's a game, trying to talk to somebody else's wife, somebody else's woman, trying to act all tough in front of your boys. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get severely hurt, and nobody's going to come to save you, because it's going to be too late.